Hi, Aquarius. If you want to come on in and have a seat, here's your ink blot we made earlier in June in your name and essence, and we're going to reverse it for some added reflections. If you wanted to take a screenshot there. Thank you so much for being my muse, Aquas, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. We'll scry your ink, add on tarot and oracle, and the spirit box here is kicking for any audio additions that may inspire, irritate, receive, or release freely. All right, Aquas. I'm going to take a moment here if you'd like to join me to close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception and releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. All right, Aquas, let's go. Thank you so much. I'm seeing an old school Smurf type fish. That's like an old man, like a wise old man. It feels like a grandpa, almost like it's like the Quaker Oats guy, like kind of in that realm. Aquas, is there a lot of spirit around you? Sorry, I have ink on my fingers and my mouth. I feel like earth and water, earth and water, earth and water. Ironically, I don't feel Scorpio vibes at all. That's not true. I see it in like a whip. It's weird. A whip. Yeah. Are you trying to whip yourself into shape about something? Is something trying to... Maybe it's even like when I wander into this Scorpio vibes, I'm seeing it like I'm being strict about myself or something. Maybe it could be in relation to food, discipline. Maybe it's your healing, whatever the case may be. But I'm seeing it like a cane, but it's a fluid cane, and feels whippy. Not whoopee. I'm also seeing it's a Winnie the Pooh, but it's a polar bear version of Winnie the Pooh. And there is another little creature with it that I could say is like a piglet, but I'm seeing it more. It has a hat on, like a wizard's hat. They're talking. They're friends. They're talking. Do you know, Aquas, do you sometimes feel that you're connected to... Okay, you know how there's like star seeds, or at least the saying of what represents, feeling like you're a star seed. What's coming through for me is like the sea of space. The sea of space. I don't know if between planets, looking at the whole universe as a whole, and the space between them as seas. I don't know if it... Tree. But it kind of makes me feel that way. That beings come down and they kind of like slide down and they converse with you. They're friendly. They're friendly, like they're right here. There's that Scorpio whip, but it's also the slide. It's like a water slide in space. And they come down. They're very, very shiny. Like I would see them as an orb out of the corner of my eye or something like that. But they might dissipate really quickly. Like whatever energy requirement is to smollen, to slide, smollen. Maybe compress. I don't know the language, the scientific language, nonetheless, to slide down to the earthly space. I see something popping out here. Like, hi. Was it? It's not weird, but it's like here's the Winnie the Pooh polar bear. There's a little friend, and then there's like a little friend on Earth here. Slave. Yeah, I totally got that vibe earlier, but I didn't want to say. I don't know why I didn't want to say it, because it's uncomfortable. I don't even like it comfortable. It might be inappropriate in today's cancel culture type thing, but I guess that's what it does, right? What is that about? And it was like whipping into shape. Maybe there's a past life or something like that. Maybe when discipline is like, drawn down or applied to you, Aquas, it can feel restricting. Okay, sorry. So I'm wondering down here, but resonate or receive freely, however you'd like. Everything feels like they're very helpful to you. Creatures, spirit animals, other people, places, or things. There's like these little things around you. A lot of synchronicities, if I may. Like super friendly with you. I mean, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're super friendly. Like, it's just like, that's how it feels. Even though I think it's, okay, so there's the slavery part. Now I'm seeing it like, thank you. And I say thank you because it made me a little bit more comfortable to speak to it. Like when a bear is caged for like a circus or a zoo, but I kind of see it in more, unfortunately, like undesirable conditions to like do tricks or something. Oh, I don't like it. I don't know, maybe, Aquas, if this is what your attention's on right now and you were trying to break these chains and free things and all that kind of stuff, right? So maybe this is what you care about, and this is why all these little creatures seem to be coming towards you, because you are like a breaker of chains, if I may. Like that's how it's coming through. But that means by being one of those people, that's not the way to say it, but you know what I mean, one of those souls, or have that mission right now, you in order to be able to help save it, you need to see the slavery, and it's horrible, and it could be in things that people don't see it. And I think maybe that's why it's even uncomfortable and hesitant to say, because not everyone's going to agree what that looks like. In this case, I'm seeing it as a bear. Shaman of courage, hunter of gifts. You definitely have courage in whatever relationship this is. If it's in regards to the whole, if it's in a certain situation with animals, this, that, or the other, or maybe just in your job. Maybe it's in your relationship and you're tired of feeling a particular way with that shaman of courage. But see, like, even note how the shaman of courage, like I kind of want to slide him right in there, like following that whip. And there, yeah, it's like, okay, easy. That's where I want to place the shaman of courage. And it's like, and then you can catch it. You're like, haha. But this is your gift. Your gift is able to see this. And you got to have courage to see this. And you have to have courage to speak up about it. I hesitated just even hearing it here. Because it's compassion, right? There is a certain amount of compassion of, meeting. Anyway, we don't need to get into it. It's fine. But I kind of feel like you don't see it as like this all like, oh, I'm so courageous. You're like, this is how I am. This is what I do. I want to be helpful. Strong as an ox. That's how I see that. Strong as an ox. Somebody might be rowing or into rowing, leaning back. Sometimes you got to duck. Sometimes you have to duck under things so that you're not seen strategically. Something about water, and I don't mean water. I do mean water. I mean like traveling by water, like a cruise. Or maybe it's like I'm seeing a photographer, or journalist, or somebody along that lines, or a position along that lines, and they go places where, I don't know, you travel by this little boat or something like that, or you have to get on like a donkey. There's just different modes of transportation. Solitude. Like, look at all this. Solitude. Right there. Interesting, Aquas. It's reflective. Lot of water. Magic prayer and ride the wave. Somebody might be crying a lot because of the way they think. And it could even just be sentimental. It could be sentimental. And it's like, oh, I don't want to, but you have like such prayers for things, such the courage to receive gifts, to help people, but I need a lot of a time alone to like recalibrate, so then I can pray, and whatever prayer means to you, to then ride the wave to the, I don't want to say the next adventure, but it's because of the way you can see things that sometimes you need to recalibrate a lot in the solitude. But man, strong, because it's like a Viking ship. Somebody in spirit's giving you the peace sign. If they were really squawky when they were in density and they were walking and talking, they might have been squawky about something, or just maybe their demeanor was squawky. I'm seeing the peace sign. So either they are resting in peace or whatnot. Witch, magic curse. Could have been a mother or a female figure. Again, like that squawky. I don't know, it just kind of gives me witch vibes. You know what I mean?
Tree.
Yeah. They're at peace now. Yeah, and the dolphin too. Oh my goodness. They are repairing with you from now in place to spirit, because it's almost like when they were incarnate, they were cloaked by something you couldn't see, you didn't see, you weren't supposed to see. Something about the conditions in which they grew up, in the way they had to survive this, that, or the other. It's almost like the version you received, no excuses, but a wholehearted perspective. There was things that this was actually the better version of all of it. I don't know if that made sense, but hopefully it came out somewhat okay. Yeah. So they are trying to help and cooperate with you now in the spirit realm, non-density, ethereal energy.
What should I do?
Because they are freed up from things. So you might see connections or receive things from spirit. Dolphins, water, playfulness all seems to be coming through. Along, like, it's high frequency conversation, so they're definitely in spirit. Seeing a Fraggle Rock. It's a fun Fraggle. Like a disco Fraggle. I don't know if you spend time dancing, Aquas. You know what I'm seeing? It's like a diffuser. It's a diffuser is what I'm seeing. Air and water amongst this container of earth. See somebody also like docking at docks, like boats at a dock. Different, is it called slips? Is that what they're called? Slips? I think so. There's a very large spirit guide that watches over your earthly existence. Could be like a birth guide or something like that. Or a friend from a past life. I say past, but you know what I mean? From another lifetime. They're like, they just like checking in on you. This is a friend. This doesn't feel like the mother thing. This feels like a friend. Netcaster, preparations come to fruition. And we have here empty well, time to replenish, wailing tree, reconciliations. So this feels to me as though, but of course, follow what you see, sense, or feel is way more important. Yeah, don't want to offend anybody. Maybe you've been working through something. Like, I don't know. Breaking your own chains of concepts, thoughts, maybe in cycles, family cycles, with the mother figure coming up here as well. And this reconciliation, the witch. And they are trying to help from spirit now, but when you're ready to receive as well, that is respected and it's understood. Because you might just kind of feel like, I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me right now for that. And that's okay. The replenishment will come. The preparations are being made. So it's like this other friend from another lifetime that's still existing within you in this lifetime, as I say that, they're just simply in a different frequency or vibration of existence. They adore checking in on you. Like, they get really excited. This feels like a friend. Maybe it's like a cousin, but it's something along that kind of position and placement of like what we would, quickly consider. Oh, they love it. It's so, so sweet. Four of Swords, Page of Coins. The replenishment. There's something being worked on from a death in the family, or a person that was in a position of the family. Female figure of some sort. There's a grandfather or a very old wise person in spirit. Maybe like your father passed earlier on, or you had a grandfather you were closer to. Again, it's something along that lines. And they are the ones that are working with, have always been with you more. Like, even while this female figure was alive. But this grandfather, this very wise older male, is now working with the mother figure, specifically in relation to you, Aquarius. That's how it feels like. Okay. Yeah. Because there's still some sadness or some sort of feeling when I wander into that energy with the Witch card and this, that, and the other, Five of Cups and the Magician. But there's the man, there's the wise man coming through to help alchemize it. Page of Coins, something about the material. He'll be able to bring it forward. These signs, symbols, and synchronicities when you're ready to receive, and even come forward differently. Again, because this feels all about seeing and sensing and all these creatures trying to help you, Aqua. So even if your gifts are heightening and the energies around you are heightening, somebody might also be very connected to the clouds, like cloud scrying, seeing symbols in clouds, or water scrying, seeing things in the reflections of water. And I'm not necessarily talking about a bowl of water. I'm seeing it like water, like a body of water. Knight of Cups. I'm loving this because it is in the coloring of the gentleman up there, the grandfather, the older figure, and your sky, sea of skies, those connected to home. The moon, yep. Eight of Spears. They very much so, when I wander back into this space, sea of space, they are very much so focused on you. King of Coins is on the bottom. And then we have here Queen of Swords, the moon, Eight of Spears. If somebody's also looking to be in a relationship, romantic or platonic, and right now you're feeling like kind of down in the dumps, some sort of alchemy is happening between working with your emotions, acknowledging them, like Brita filtering how you're feeling. And then it makes space for somebody else to come in. You have a lot of space and sea stuff. There you go. So the moon even looks like let's see if I can, like the empty well, time to replenish. And it could be time to replenish your connection to other aspects of what is considered family. Especially if you feel like you really resonate with the stars and the sea and space, or even just elements. Because they are all focused on you, is how I'm feeling. Like they all point towards you. When you're ready. On your call, I just heard. When you're ready. Maybe this is in relationship to that mother figure with the grandfather, or your star people or sea star people. I'm not sure. But you will give the call, and they respect that. When you're ready to receive, they will wait for your word. Ooh. Okay. Closing out here for Aquas. Thank you so much for being my muse. Link is below in the description box if you want to request your own personal or artistry. Donate, support, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Sorry, I was very much so distracted on what was going on. Okay. On the bottom, we have as above, so below, which is very clear in your entire ink blot, actually. Yep, it's all there. Okay, so we have here heavy, judge, and weight. That was unseen, so I'll leave that for a second. If there is a judge, you are it. If things are feeling heavy, the way one might be looking at things, feeling things, there is an air of heaviness around here. I can't deny it right from the beginning. However, there's also something very, very light. And when I say light, it's not about like gold. There's something purifying about it all. And there is so much support at Aquas. There's so much support. And yes, of course, be careful. Of course, be mindful the way you tread upon things and communicate. Because again, coming back from the beginning with the whip, there might be people that play upon that to keep you in a particular paradigm for one reason or another. So it's like purifying and filtering that you are the judge of things. And before you take on things that are heavy, because there is something about the law in there as well in this book, the law. It kind of brings me back to that beginning of like the slave and the cancel culture and this, that, or the other. It looks different for everybody. However, if there is a judge, you are it. And then you're responsible for those decisions, actions, etc. And I feel like you know that, but I feel like, wait, I want to lighten up, right? I want to feel the kindness that the world has to offer, including of being of my own. I want to feel the friendly, Winnie the Poohs and spirit. But it's like all around you. There's so much all around you in the stars and space and sky and symbolism.
Blood.
And you might feel like, what's happening? What's happening? And the brilliance of this card on the side. This may not be a perfect circle, but it is a perfect whatever it is. And I love this card for that reason. It's always like a fine reminder of this perfectionism when we can even enslave ourselves to perfect things, to appease other people so it'll be received well. And that is to have something be received well is, it's a nice intention to meet people. But sometimes when you're living your life and you're going through grief or you're going through a purification stage, sometimes just to say, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how this will look right now, but I know where I am, and that it's authentic and it's real, and I'm okay. And I'm okay. Because unseen, we have here orders, await further orders, await further orders, await further orders, await further orders. You are listening. You are seeing things differently. As above, so below, from the space, from things, space in the stars to on earth. I'm also seeing like paddleball or pickleball. I'm not sure which one it is. Something about play with that imperfect ball. Maneuvering things. If things are too heavy, it's like, wow, this lifestyle is too expensive. Move things around, rearrange. Oh yeah, and it brings me back in there, right? Of not waiting for somebody else's opinion or perspective to draw us where you want to go, like seeing that bear in the circus and the conditions, in the not great conditions, and it's just awaiting further orders. I feel like that's been done. It's what you see, and it's what you help to clear for oneself, not just sitting there as a prisoner waiting somebody else's opinion to tell you what to care about, tell you what's the next best thing, to tell you what is the trend. Aquas are stepping into, hold on a minute, any orders I'm taking is from the all, a bigger perspective, and I want to dive in because who is the one holding that whip or the directional thing? And Aqua's like, no,
I don't like it.
No, yeah, I can think for myself. Thank you. I can think for myself because I feel for myself. Like I feel Aquas. It feels very powerful. I'm not sure if I am perfectly saying it to you, but if you, and I'm seeing like a dancing like devil, not like a horned devil, but kind of like a Satan kind of figure, and he's like dancing free, like freeing those things that enslave us and within us. Oh my goodness. You have so much support around you, and I really hope that you feel that. I'm not sure if I expressed it clearly enough, but it has truly been an honor to wander through with you. You got like sailing off into the sunset. You're replenishing. Okay, I could carry on and on because it feels like almost like a lullaby, almost like a fairy tale, right? There's like some scary moments, but the hero overcomes, but the hero is human, and the human knows this, and it just turns into this grand story. And I love it. Until next time, Aquas, thank you so much for being my muse.